Hey guys, it's Elena.
And it's Candace.
And you're listening to Cousins on Crime.
Guys.
Hey y'all.
So I just need to get this off my chest.
Please do.
Well, first I need to get this off my chest. Because I'm a little bit hot.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm just taking off my jacket, guys. Don't be gross. Ew. So Lena and I have been watching the Athena Strand trial.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Oh my gosh. Today was rough.
Today was rough. The medical examiner. Didn't she look like a rock star?
Oh, I loved her.
I was like, I want to be you.
That's exactly what I thought.
I was like, I want to be you when I grow up.
Yeah, she was pretty awesome.
She was gorgeous. Like had this short haircut, bleach blonde hair, big old black glasses, red lips.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. And she was smart, and
she listed off everything that, like, all the degrees that she has in the tests and she's like, and I passed all of my exams, and I'm like, okay.
On the first try.
Yeah.
But yes, so a couple of things. I am very annoyed at how much laughter there is in the courtroom at times.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, like, okay. If her family finds that comforting, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's laugh at the moments that are funny. But I feel like there are times when, you know, like the stupid defense. If she does not stop referring to the murder of a child as an incident, I am going to get in my car. And I'm going to drive over to Wise County.
Yeah, she's definitely dumbing down
and I'm going to have a word.
Lot of the case. I mean, that's her job.
Listen, all she can do is object and say hearsay.
And she objects to everything.
She objects to pretty much everything she can. She's doing what she can.
I mean, he's already pled guilty, but
the phone calls, the body camera footage. I honestly, I don't think I've seen a prosecution play from start to finish these videos of an interrogation, of body cam, from the moment the cop gets in the car. I mean, you feel like you're watching Cops.
Yeah, that's exactly.
These are unedited videos of the mundane, you know, the awkward silences and the times when the detectives leave for a few minutes, and they're playing this in their entirety.
Yeah. And what I love about that is that Tanner Horner has to sit there and listen to his stupidity and be embarrassed that everybody else can see the stupidness.
Yes. And when they don't edit these and piecemeal them together, you can see his lies.
Oh,
you can see his lies from start to finish.
Absolutely.
So this guy is claiming that he has another personality called Zero, and Zero is the one who killed Athena. And this actually happened really close to where Lena and I live. Just devastating. And so you can see him lying, and he flips between Zero and himself.
Oh, wow.
And
the
then
acting
oh my
from
gosh.
this
and
guy.
then he will say, oh no, that was Zero.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. He wasn't in Zero's character at the time he said those things, but he'll refer back to those things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the detectives will be like, are we talking to Zero or are we talking to Tanner?
Yeah.
And he's like, he sits there for a minute thinking of how he's going to respond. Like he's channeling this Zero character, and it's just so gross.
And you can tell that he's thinking really hard about what to say because he knows what he says is going to be incriminating. And he claims to have Asperger's. I haven't seen a medical diagnosis. Fine if he does. It's a spectrum, whatever. But he is of sound mind.
He is of sound mind. Like, I can see things that maybe is
that are
there.
Quirks. Yeah, for
quirks.
Sure.
He has these little, because the camera will pan to him and watch him for a minute, and he has these little tics that I can see going on. But today, the state was playing a phone call, a jail visit with his grandmother, and they were just going to play snippets, and his attorney was like, no, we need to listen to the whole thing. And I was like, this lady, does she know what she's doing? Because now they're playing 26 minutes of this visit.
I know.
And it makes him look ridiculous.
He's laughing. He's cutting up. All he cares about is his son, which, okay, fine.
Well, like, his son and himself.
His son and himself. That's the only time he gets emotional, is when he talks about not being there for his son. He doesn't seem to have any remorse. He's still lying about what happened to her. Anyways, I could go on. I just, it's been rough. It's been really rough. It really has. Yeah. Watching that trial, and
I know. And like when he says, I'm not going to see my son. My son's going to miss me. I'm not, all this stuff about his son.
Yeah, that's on you.
I said, well, Athena doesn't get to see her family.
Yeah. Athena's family doesn't get to see her ever again.
Right. And I'm like,
let alone spend the Christmas with her.
I don't know how her parents are sitting there
Lena,
listening to all of it.
Take flight across that room.
I know. They're so,
oh my gosh,
they're so brave to sit there and listen to it.
So brave to sit there and listen to every dirty detail.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll have his sentencing soon, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Oh,
tough.
Yeah.
But if you guys are watching it, let us know. Send us a DM.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Also, while you're DMing us, send us those positive stories.
Yes. We've already received some via email. And some are funny. Some are like a story that their parents told them one time. Just, something different.
Yeah, just like a feel-good story.
Feel good or funny or weird or
something different than true crime.
UFOs.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes Candace feel good.
I nearly just bit my microphone. Anyway, yeah, so send us your stories. But enough of that. What you got?
Do you want to get into it?
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Today we're talking about Chris Smith and Leslie Reeves. Leslie Reeves lived in Troy, Illinois, and in 2021, she was 45 years old, divorced, and had 2 kids, Lawson and Larkin. How cute is that?
Aww.
I don't know their ages, but I think they were a little older. I mean, she was 45. I don't know how old she was when she had them, but she had a master's degree in engineering. And was working for a petroleum company.
Dang, girl.
I know.
Get it.
But she decided she wanted to make a difference in a different way.
Okay.
She opened her own fitness studio.
Do it. Do what you want.
Yeah, she called it All You Studio and Party Place.
Oh.
So I'm assuming maybe you could rent it out for parties.
I like it.
She taught various fitness classes as well as self-defense classes. She had gone through situations in life where self-defense would have been helpful to know. And when she learned self-defense, she knew that she was called to help other women and men learn and train with it as well.
Wow. That's awesome.
She created and surrounded herself with a tribe, safe places for people that she came in contact with that were in domestic violence situation, counselors, food pantries, nonprofit organizations, all ready to help in time of need.
Wow.
to anyone who needed it. So she even helped a woman in an abusive situation to move out of her home while her husband was at work.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how exciting that would be for me?
Very exciting.
If anyone ever needs to move out while your husband's at work.
Yeah.
I'm your girl.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is.
Because like you never know if they're going to come home, but she was risking her.
To know that you're helping someone.
But she was like, I'm getting you out of here.
Yeah. And so she was putting herself in harm's way to help others get away from it.
Yeah.
And so I know that's why that would be exciting for you.
Yeah.
I mean, exciting for lack of a better word, but to help others be able to live a fuller life and thrive.
That's amazing.
But Leslie had been dating. She had recently broke things off with a guy named Bobby Tarr. She had been dating him, but recently told friends that she was going to completely block Bobby from emails, texts, phone calls. So she didn't want any contact with him anymore.
Wow.
So Leslie, she's ready to find a new guy to date. I mean, she's putting herself out there. Mm-hmm. She met Chris Smith online. She was interested. He was interested.
Oh.
They had things in common. I mean, she was 45. He was 48. They were both divorced and had kids. Their first date was the night before Thanksgiving, November 24th, 2021. Leslie lived about an hour south of Farmersville, where Chris lived. And she drove to meet him.
Oh.
Now, Chris Smith, he worked for a pool contracting company. He shared custody of his daughter, and he was into fitness.
Nice. Sounds like a great match.
I know. And he was well known in town. He grew banana trees and giant pumpkins.
No.
And one Halloween, he donated hundreds of pumpkins for decorations or for kids to paint.
Guys, this couple.
Really cool, right? Oh. Very into their community, very into fitness.
You're going to tell me that something really bad happens to them. I gotta go.
Okay. You just want to end it here?
Yeah. They lived happily ever after.
Okay. Yeah. And scene. Okay. But that's not the way it happened. So Chris lived in a 100-year-old farmhouse.
Oh my gosh. Lena, you're killing me.
I know. Let me get through this.
With creaky floors and doors?
Probably. It was in Farmersville, Illinois, on 2 acres of land, and he was really a stay-home person and liked to just work in his backyard. He set up his property to be the perfect place to live for someone who worked hard and wanted to take time to relax away from the noise. Mm-hmm. So we're going to jump to November 24th of 2021.
Okay.
Date night.
Okay.
Chris says the last thing that he remembers from that day was passing his neighbor's house on his way home from work at 4:45 p.m. He kept getting this overwhelming sense of just don't go out, stay home. He was supposed to be going on the date to meet Leslie. They planned to just go have a beer and enjoy each other's company at the Uptown Saloon. He went ahead and went. The two of them left the saloon at 11:30 p.m. and went back to Chris's house.
Okay.
So enough being out. Let's get back to the house where he's comfortable, you know.
And she'd driven all that way. He can't just end the night.
Yeah, she had drank. Yeah. So, you don't need to be driving home an hour away. They put a pizza in the oven and continued to get to know each other.
How wholesome.
Just very chill and low key.
Yeah.
As the two of them are talking and waiting on the pizza, they were absolutely startled when a man broke open the back door and came into Chris's home.
Oh my gosh.
And shot both Chris and Leslie.
No.
Chris's mom, Sharon Costanza, hadn't heard from Chris by that next morning. It was Thanksgiving, and she always gets a call from Chris on every holiday. Like first thing in the morning, he's calling his mom or texting her saying Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, whatever. So she felt in the pit of her stomach that something was wrong. She and her husband, Paul, continuously called and texted Chris to no avail.
Where did they live?
I don't know.
Just not anywhere near they couldn't drive over.
I don't know. I know it was close, but maybe not like a 5-minute drive.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure. In the meantime, about 11 a.m. that Thanksgiving morning, one of Chris's neighbors, a 16-year-old girl, walked by Chris's house. I'm not sure what brought her there or what made her walk up to the house, but she walked up to the front door and she could see in through the glass. She could see Chris laying on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
She went around to the back door, and that's when she really understood that something terrible happened.
Oh my gosh.
And she called 911. On that 911 call, she is crying and frantically tells the dispatcher that the back window was shattered and there's a body and there's blood on the stove and there's a foot I saw on the floor, and
oh my gosh.
Bless her heart. And she's like, I'm 16.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was really sad to hear.
Oh my gosh.
One of the EMTs that arrived on the scene, Denny, was a good friend of Chris's.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh my God.
He walked in to see Chris lying on the floor right inside the door in the kitchen. And right next to him was Chris's dog. Tiki. No, Tiki was just fine.
Oh, Tiki was fine.
Tiki. She is a Beagle Terrier mix. She was cuddled up right next to him.
Oh.
Tiki was known for taking off and getting lost several times. Chris and neighbors on several occasions
oh my gosh.
would have to help find her and lead her back home.
And here we are with the doors wide open.
Exactly.
And she won't leave.
14 hours she sat and cuddled next to him. Didn't leave with the door wide
bless
open.
Her.
Chris even had claw marks on his chest indicating that Tiki was trying to wake him up.
Oh no.
Isn't that so sweet and sad?
Baby.
I know. It's believed that Tiki helped Chris survive.
Wow.
Because of the warmth that she provided him.
I was about to say.
Mm-hmm. At first, Denny couldn't find a pulse on Chris. He yelled out Chris's name 3 times, and that's when Chris took a deep breath and he said, I'm freezing.
Oh my gosh.
And they rushed him to the hospital.
Wow.
Further into the house in the dining room was Leslie's lifeless body. She was pronounced dead at the scene. But Chris didn't remember any of that. I mean, remember he said the last thing he remembered was driving home at 4:45.
But he knew who she was. He remembered her.
No.
He didn't remember her?
No. He told them, I don't know a Leslie. The only Leslie I know was from 5th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So how did they know about the rest of the night? How all of the events played out? Well, Joshua Easton, the crime scene investigator, showed up to try to find out exactly that. What happened? Through messages and talking to friends and family, they knew that Chris and Leslie had a date planned that night. Chris and Leslie were seen on CCTV leaving the saloon at 11:30 p.m. The pizza detail? We only know that because there was a charred pizza in the oven. God. With the oven still on.
Oh my Lord.
When the police showed up. And so one of the police officers had turned the oven off when he noticed it was on.
Can you imagine? I'm wondering if that door wasn't left open.
Oh.
Because it was probably freezing outside.
November in Illinois? I would think so.
That could have burnt the house down.
Yeah. And some ovens like turn off after they've been on for what? I don't know how long, but I guess this one didn't have that function. So thank
goodness
God.
gracious.
Yeah. Chris says that this was his habit that he had on nights when he went out. He would come home and make a pizza.
Oh,
so, I mean, that wasn't...
his heart.
Yeah. By the evidence and investigation at the crime scene, they put together that when the man broke into the door, Chris wedged himself behind the door trying to keep it closed, while Leslie tried to push the refrigerator in front of the door because the refrigerator was pulled away from the wall.
Wow.
So, I mean, how else? Why would the refrigerator be moved other than one of them moving it?
Yeah.
To try to block the door. The man reached in through the cracked open door with a gun in his hand. He reached around and shot Chris in the head.
Oh my gosh.
So the man was then able to fully enter into the house when Chris fell to the floor. Leslie abandoned the refrigerator idea and fled towards the living room, and it was too late. Leslie would also be shot in the head.
Oh my God. This is horrifying.
I know. And for someone who had this self-defense class and taught self-defense...
She probably didn't have time
to
even utilize any of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can be ready and trained,
prepared,
and you just don't like.
Right.
Like today, I'm talking to my nephew about things that happen at school. Mm-hmm. He wants to go to a public school, and right now he's homeschooled. But he's, we talked about how fights happen, and he's like, "You think I'm just gonna get into a fight? I can take care of myself." And I'm like, "You never know." Yeah. What could happen? Like, you think you're invincible.
Right. It's shocking. I mean, we've talked about this before, and I talk about putting my box cutter in my bra.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can do that all I want.
You can be prepared.
Will I have time to reach for it?
Right.
Will I have time to get it out?
Yeah.
God, that sucks so bad.
I know.
She was so amazing and dedicated her life to helping others survive.
Yeah.
And this is how she's done?
I know. So sad. So Chris's family rushed to the hospital to be by his side. The bullet was lodged in his brain and he was in a coma.
Oh my.
And as they're sitting together, they are all trying desperately to figure out who would have wanted to do this to Chris. Through the next few days, the family would keep going to the church and pray, and they prayed for Chris and for the investigators to find the one responsible. But when news spread that Leslie was shot and killed, her friends knew exactly who it was.
Oh my gosh.
One thing that really helped investigators with quick answers was one of Leslie's friends, Nanette. She hadn't heard from Leslie that next morning. Nanette knew that Leslie was going on this date.
Mm-hmm. And she knows Leslie is like
very safe,
very straight-laced and safe, and
exactly
would check in.
And so she kind of felt like something was wrong. She hadn't heard from her friend.
That's why it's good to be predictable with your friends.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So her friend calls the police and asks for a welfare check on Chris's house. I don't know if Leslie gave her the address of where she was going. She probably did. When finding out that Leslie had been shot, she told investigators about Leslie's ex-boyfriend, Bobby Tarr, who I mentioned earlier, and the issues that she had with him. Leslie had tried several times to break contact with Bobby, but he followed her. He wouldn't stop messaging her. Leslie texted a friend telling her how difficult this was for her, and she actually said, "I could be killed by him one day." Like she
knew the warning signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knew. 2 weeks before her murder, she was working on getting a restraining order.
Oh, Lord.
On Bobby because he was stalking her. She knew he was tracking her because he showed up on a date that she was on previously.
Oh my.
And confronted the man that she was with.
Oh. Oh, my.
So he was only escalating
Right.
at this point. Bobby was brought in for questioning. In the very beginning, he is told that Leslie is dead. They're like, Leslie's dead. And Bobby tried his best to act shocked. But he's not a very good actor.
No.
I'll just tell you that. He said, what? How did she die? What happened? And of course, he denied ever being at Chris's that night. He said at 6:30 p.m. that night, he went to pick up some money from a friend, and he told them, he's like, ask my daughter. She'll tell you I was at home all night. Well, okay, Bobby.
We will ask your daughter.
Yeah, let's do that. They question his 17-year-old daughter, and she tells them that Bobby did leave the house at 6:30 that night, but he arrived home 30 minutes later. He then said, oh, I got to go back, and then he left the house again.
Am I to assume that he lives near her and not an hour away?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Her being Leslie.
Yes. So he's like, oh, when he left the house again, he's like, oh, I need to go back. He left the house again. And he didn't get back home till later that night.
Well, I'll say.
When he got home, he was sobbing.
What?
He came and gave his daughter a hug and told her that he loved her. And then he started doing laundry and pacing.
As you do.
She's like, he started pacing around.
Yeah, that's not
Doesn't
good.
look good.
No.
Eventually, his daughter tells them that Bobby has a small army green colored handgun that he keeps in his sock drawer. She said it was there yesterday, but it's not there today.
Oh.
He had texts on his phone that he sent a friend saying that he thought Leslie was with the dude. The text basically said, she wouldn't drive that far for a party, so she has to be with some guy.
Yeah, none of your business.
Exactly, but he thought it was. I don't know how he knew how far she had driven.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. I on one report or a TV interview, her friends said that they had checked her car for a tracker, and they never did find any trackers, so I don't know how he knew.
Find My Phone. Maybe he was
logged into that somehow.
Oh,
could.
You just never know.
I know. I mean, he was obviously willing to go through great lengths.
Yes.
So additionally, Bobby and his vehicle was seen on CCTV at a gas station after midnight, proving that he was not home, like he said.
Right.
They asked him, I thought you didn't get out that night. And he said he didn't remember doing that. He's like, I don't remember doing that. And they're like, you don't remember getting out after midnight to get gas? And he says, I just went to fuel up. Like, what does that prove? Like,
oh,
so cocky.
I don't like your attitude, sir.
I know. But they had all they needed.
Yeah.
And they placed him under arrest.
Thank you.
His trial was in 2024. The jury learned that Bobby's father found the murder weapon. That small army green gun, along with the magazine and bullets, all together in a Ziploc bag, had been hidden next to a wheelbarrow in his yard.
Oh, okay.
Bobby had cleaned the gun very well. But upon thorough inspection, I should say, the rod on the inside of the gun had Leslie's DNA still on it. Womp,
God
womp.
bless the DNA.
Yeah.
The DNA.
Yeah.
Man, science.
Right. So his phone analysis showed his searches of Chris Smith and looking up his address. He searched, can the police track me if I have a VPN, or can the police track me if my phone is off? So he was obviously...
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Cell towers show Bobby's phone pinged near Chris's home in Farmersville, where Bobby had no business being.
Right. And I bet he wasn't there to pick bananas from the tree.
No. Nar.
Disgusting.
On the same day that Bobby turned 51 years old, he was found guilty of murder.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. So yeah, guilty of murder and attempted murder. He was sentenced to 85 years in prison. Chris got to make a statement in court and talked directly to Bobby and told him what a terrible person that he was and explained the pain that he caused him and his family. I mean, Chris had like 85% custody of his daughter, and now that was taken away.
Oh my gosh, no.
I mean, yeah, he couldn't care for his daughter.
What was his health like after?
So, I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So when Chris was talking, Bobby refused to even look at him. Like, are we surprised?
Coward.
Yeah. And y'all, this guy, he can't help himself. Jesus help him. While awaiting trial, Bobby tried to hire a hitman to kill Chris.
Stop.
And the lead investigator.
Oh my. The guy won't quit.
I don't know what the story was. I don't know if someone like a jailhouse informant came up and said this. I don't know. He was indicted for solicitation for murder for hire.
So there was something to it.
There was something. But the last thing I read on that were that the charges were dismissed. This was
interesting
when he was awaiting his trial for murder.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they thought, okay, he's going to be in prison for 85 years. So I don't know.
Still. Stack them up.
Yeah. And Bobby, he continues to make appeals, the last one being denied at the beginning of this month, April 2026. So denied.
Bye.
So anyway, back to the victims. Chris's mom, Sharon, and his sister, Ashley, stood at Chris's bedside day and night, talking to him and singing songs to him while he's laying there in a coma. He laid there in the coma for 2 months.
Wow.
On January 12th of 2022, Chris woke up from his coma, and he said when he woke up, his head was pounding, and he couldn't feel the left side of his body. And he started yelling for help. Like, can you imagine?
His heart. That's probably very scary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did they put him in a medically induced coma?
It didn't say.
Because I find it amazing that he came to when they were screaming his name.
Right.
I find that amazing.
Yeah.
So they probably did to give his brain a chance.
The human body is just like
amazing.
The way God created us.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if it was medically induced. I didn't see anything regarding how, like if it was just, but yeah, to wake up from this coma and start feeling all the feels.
I'd freak out too.
Yeah. So
especially because he couldn't remember.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh.
So the nurses run into the room and, I'm sure they're all excited, but they're like, oh my gosh, like on to the next step of his care. He had to relearn how to talk.
Oh.
His diaphragm had been paralyzed, so he had to exercise that and learn how to talk again.
Wow.
How to eat on his own, how to read and write again. He was told that he was paralyzed on his left side and would never walk again. But he made a promise to his daughter that he would walk again. And he would run and play soccer with her again.
Wow.
He is adamant that he would not break that promise. He has had several surgeries, 2 plates put in his head, and has had 2 strokes since then.
Bless him.
He has gone through extensive therapy, all kinds of therapy. He gets around in a wheelchair, but he continues to go to the gym 5 days a week.
Wow.
Now he is able to get up out of his wheelchair and walk.
That's amazing.
Yeah. One day he went into his doctor's office, the one that the doctor that told him that he would never walk again. Well, that day Chris walked in using a cane.
Nice.
I know. Love it.
And he's like, you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah. The doctor was like, well, he's like, you've got to tell your story.
Yeah.
Like, show other doctors like me that we are wrong sometimes,
Yeah.
Chris had done well with stem cell transplants and
nice.
Attributes a lot of his growth and recovery to that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Science. The human body and science.
For real.
Not only did he excel in getting to walk again, but with only one functioning left jaw muscle, he still manages to sing.
Wow.
He has videos of himself singing on stage. He is now engaged to his girlfriend, Michelle. Tiki, his dog, has gone to a foster home. He was unable to continue caring for Tiki. I know. But he was...
Does he have visitation?
He does get to see Tiki from time to time. So yeah, the foster family that took him lets him see him. Or her. Lets him see her.
Oh, gosh. Just the whole disruption.
I know.
Every aspect of his life disrupted.
I know. But it's to see him thrive...
Yeah.
In a way where he was told that he wouldn't.
Right.
And to see his strength is absolutely amazing. Chris will he'll have to have CT scans periodically to make sure that the bullet is,
it's still there.
Still in his head.
Do you know which area it is in?
It's
just because I'm a freak and I like that kind of...
I'm pretty sure I didn't put it in my notes, but I want to say I remember hearing that it was in his frontal lobe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he has to go make sure that it hasn't moved.
Wow.
If you want to read more about Chris Smith, he has written a book titled My Fatal First Date. He says it's a true story about survival, heartbreak, and triumph. I will also link his website as he promotes himself as a motivational speaker.
Oh.
He wants people to understand that the power of the human spirit is unstoppable. He says, love life, love your loved ones, and don't take anything for granted.
I love that.
I know. In an interview, Chris said, never give up on anything in life. You can achieve anything you want. Anything is possible, he said. He said, if I can come back from this and recover from this, any goal that you set is achievable and possible. Don't ever give up. I just love his spirit.
I know.
Love it.
And I didn't even want to get out of bed this morning.
Right?
And I had 2 working legs.
And we're doing exactly what he says not to do. Take it for granted. But back to Leslie. Let's let her shine. Her friends say that she was always happy and bubbly with a smile on her face. She has inspired so many women in her lifetime. Her friends want to keep her story going so that others can be aware of the dangers of dating and stalking and just how to be safe. Mm-hmm. Leslie dedicated her life to teaching women self-defense and how to be safe, and they are trying to keep that going in her honor. They will continue standing up and standing against what Bobby stands for. Leslie's obituary reads, Leslie was known for her beautiful smile, living life to the fullest, and helping others. Her greatest joy was her children, and her time with them was the happiest times of her life. Some of Leslie's favorite hobbies throughout her life was dancing, exercising, art, collecting shoes, travel, cats, and listening to 80s music.
Nice.
Leslie excelled academically. And after attending Collinsville High School, where she especially enjoyed being a cheerleader, she received her Bachelor of Science in Engineering degree from the University of Missouri, Rolla. She then went on to receive her Master of Science in Engineering degree from the University of Kansas. One of Leslie's favorite songs was Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, by Guns N' Roses. I thought about belting out, but I'll let you have your moment.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's it? That's all you're going to give me?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. Yeah, and the lyrics are fitting is what her obituary says. She's got a smile that seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky.
Oh.
Doesn't she sound amazing?
I can feel her spirit. Like, I can just feel her goodness.
Yeah, I know.
And amazing that she went through all that schooling, becomes an engineer, working, hustling out there. And then she's like, you know what? I can also do this.
Yeah. What I love.
Yeah. And she just devotes her life to doing something completely different.
Yeah. You can be anything you want to be. And she
her
proved
and Chris
that.
sound like a great match.
I mean,
like they would have been a great match.
Yeah. They could have done some really cool stuff together.
Oh, man.
And I would have liked to have met her and even taken some of her fitness classes, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, thank you for telling her story. I'm so thankful that there's a survivor in this story and so glad that he's, helping others as well.
Yeah.
And that they're carrying on her legacy and, continuing to help people. This is just, I'm just so tired of hearing about the best people being murdered. For what?
Yeah.
For what?
No reason. It's so unnecessary.
All because someone got his feelers hurt.
That's exactly what it is.
She didn't want to be with me anymore. What a loser.
I know. So gross.
Rest in peace, Leslie. Fly high with that pizza.
Oh.
And Chris, you go, boy.
Yeah. Keep doing it.
Show him. Wow. Well, that was great. Let's do it again sometime.
Okay, let's do it.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Cousins on Crime. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and review wherever you listen and consider joining our Patreon for bonus episodes every month.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook for case photos and to stay up to date with the latest C-on-C news. If you have a case suggestion or just want to tell us how cool we are, email us at cousinsoncrime@gmail.com.